Welcome back to FTR Guns. My name is Manny. We got a very special video today, folks. We have a Western Airguns Sidewinder in 30 caliber. We're going to do a quick unboxing video, and we're going to answer some of the questions you guys already have online, so stick tuned. Let me show you. Alrighty, folks, so this is what the Sidewinder comes in. It is a soft case made by Savior. It's about 45 inches long, and this is it, guys. There's not a whole lot to this unboxing video. What you get is the Western Airguns Sidewinder user guide. Really cool things in here. You get the 22, 25, and 30 caliber minimum, maximum regulator pressures. So that's pretty cool that it comes with, as well as kind of more or less how to use it. But that being said, this is probably the quickest unboxing video in the world. All you're getting right now is a gun, and this is it. So without further ado, let me show you a couple more cool things, and we'll go into some of the features. All right, folks, so let's go tip to butt. Let me show you this gun. One of the very first things that I wanted to talk about is if you are uninterested in the combination of the shroud and moderator that the airgun already comes with, you do have a 1/2 by 20 UNF threaded barrel at the end of that. So if you want to throw a different moderator on there, you do have the option. Pretty cool. From there, on the bottom section of the gun, you have a full-length Picatinny rail. We got some M-locks on the sides, so you have a whole lot of variation here. You could pretty much put anything you can think of. On the side portion of the rail, you have two small, about 1.5 inch long Picatinnies at the 3 and 9 o'clock position. So you can do some lasers if you are running infrared lights or anything like that. It's really just ready for anything. Obviously, we have the Picatinny rail right on top. Pretty neat feature too. It comes with the AR-15 grip, and I love this grip. It's you know, it's real nice. I don't know how to really describe it. It's thin. It's a little bit moldable, but not too squishy, and it really I like it. It's a really good combination. From here, you'll also notice that you have the gauge on the left side, as well as the fill port here. On the other side of the gun, you have safety and fire. So that's about this section of the gun. Moving on to the rear section of the gun. This is kind of the neat part here. So this is where a lot of the changes have occurred. Aesthetically, from the outside, this doesn't look a whole lot different, but what they did do is they have now a removable magazine. So I'll do my best to show you guys here what it takes to remove this magazine. Little handle, you pull it down, push it forward, and that titanium magazine pops right out. In 30 caliber, you get 12 shots, folks, and this does have a magnetic cover plate over it. So really, really neat feature and design. They definitely took their time. Again, titanium magazines, don't lose them. They're $150, so not cheap. Yeah, putting it in also is a little bit of a unique experience. You definitely got to find that right little section there, and just push that lever back and up, and you're loaded again. On the lower section of that, you'll have a turning dial. This is how you guys can adjust for pressure. If you want a slug versus a pellet, this is pretty much where you're going to be doing a lot of that tuning. And if you keep flipping it over, you'll see that this is the regulator pressure we're shooting at. Now, the best part of all of this is the fun switch. If you guys haven't noticed yet, we got safe, semi, and full auto. This is a 30 cal and fully automatic or semi-automatic. And as I said before, there's not a whole lot that you're getting besides the gun, but that is the most important thing. This is by far the most accurate semi-auto, full auto, and in terms of power as well, this is it. This is the holy grail of full auto power and accuracy. That being said, I've got some pros and cons here on a little list, and I want to go over some of them with you guys. And I also got some questions that I wanted to answer, so we're going to get right into that. Some of the pros. So obviously some of the pros here, it's accurate. For a semi-auto or full auto air gun, it is the most accurate that I've ever heard of. It's definitely something that I would love to own. This is definitely something that you guys really need to have. If you like accuracy and full auto, this is the one. Also, you get some pretty good shots out of it. So with 150 bar in the rear reg here, we're shooting at about 65 shots. So that's not bad. You know, not bad shot count with the accuracy and the power combination. Like I said, holy grail here. That being said, some of the research I've covered, I realized that the JSB Jumbo Monster redesigned the 25.39 grain in the 22 caliber anyways. They produce about 45 foot-pounds, so we can definitely get a lot more out of this 30 cal. The trigger comes down to about 1 pound 8 ounces straight up from the factory, so that's also where your accuracy comes from. A really cool thing about the trigger is you can do a double tap. Once you kind of shoot the gun a little bit, there is a way to hold the trigger down just enough to do a double tap. So it's pretty cool. You can do semi, full auto, or in full auto you can choose a 2-round burst. So that's kind of neat. That being said, let me talk about some of the cons here. One of the cons is the magazine, actually. Even though that is definitely an improvement from the earlier versions, the magazine, besides that it's $150, well, that alone is pretty bad, but the way that you remove the magazine is kind of something to get used to, I guess you could say. You know, when you are holding the Rattler, you're going to basically have to figure out the best solution for you. What I noticed for me is that I have to reach up and over the gun in order to push down that lever, pull it back, and then if you're not careful, if you do pull it back and you're not ready, it will just slide out. If you're standing up on the ground, then, you know, it just hit the floor. It's $150. So I would love to see a aftermarket lever where it's maybe a little bit bulkier, chunkier, so it's a little easier to access. Another thing I'm not too stoked about is, you know, this is definitely a very complicated air gun in terms of air guns, and you only get about a 12-month warranty period with it, which, you know, it's a little alarming, I guess you could say, but that being said, we'll take care of you guys here at FT. Any problems you have, bring it in. We'll take care of it. Besides that, folks, I really think that if I could afford this, this would definitely be my next air gun. I have an Impact M3, 2-bottle 700 tension system, the works, everything you can get on that thing. And this is the only other air gun that I would really consider spending $2,000 on. So that being said, folks, that's it.
All right, Manny, real quick before we go, we got a couple questions from our audience. First question is, can you change the caliber of the gun?
As far as I know, you cannot change the caliber, or at least not yet.
All right. Now, what is we mentioned that we had the regulator at 150 and we got 65 shots, but what is the regulator, the top end of the regulator?
Well, if you look at the rear here, you get into the red at 210. So from factory, the actual number is 140. You're in the green from 150 to 170, it looks like, and then you're in a yellow at 200. 210 is max. So I would not go past 210 on that.
All right. Can you adjust the trigger?
So I was looking into that a little bit. To me here, it looks like the screw that holds the trigger blade is drilled onto that trigger blade housing, if you will. So it doesn't look like you can move this up and down or can't the trigger left or right for left-handed or right-handed shooters. It looks pretty stuck in the position it is.
Gotcha. And finally, what is the cost of this gun?
So it runs right at $2,000 before taxes, and in my opinion, it's worth every penny.
All right, let's hit him with the signature sign-off.
Thank you guys for watching FT Air Guns. I'm Manny. See you soon.